Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, the trips were long. We weren't able to, we weren't playing around or any of that. We came back and, as soon as we could, everything was the way it was supposed to be. Uh, but then I said, I started talking to Big Meech because, like, I felt like, you know, it was the spirit in me that just wanted to, the Holy Spirit in me that wanted to talk to Big Meech. And I guess I felt like it was my opportunity to do so. So, I started talking to him, like, I was like, man, Big Meech, you know, man, what did I say, man? This stuff was so deep, like, cause like on another level, it was deep. But I was just telling him, like, man, I just want to tell you, man, I love you. I love you, man. I got love for you, and I wanna tell you, uh, how, I just want to talk to you, and can I talk to you? I was like, can I talk to you and tell you some things that I would like to tell you? Cause he was cool, I guess he understood, that what I was saying, he's a smart man, so he understood. I wasn't messing around. I had respect for him. Oh, also he when he was upset, he had picked up something real soft and like something soft and threw it at me. Like he was like upset, but he was like making a he was making it seem like I'm not happy about what you're talking about. But what happened, but it's cool or whatever. But he threw something like super soft, like some little rubber, like play toy, like probably one of his kids' toys or something. Uh, then he was like, so I'm like, I want to talk to you. I'm like, hey, man, I care about you, man. That's what I think. That's what I told him. I told him I care about you. You know, uh, and he was like, you care about me. He was like, you care about me. I was like, yeah, I care about you. And I was like, and I looked, there was some younger guys sitting on the couch, and it was all different people in the room. So I was like, because we were upstairs first. We were in our apartment upstairs. We became an apartment upstairs. First it was a house, and then became an apartment upstairs that we were in. And I was talking to him in, and I was telling him, yeah, I was like, yeah, I care about you, and I was like, man, I care about all of these. I pointed to all these kids, all these young guys, look like they in their 20s and stuff, teenagers and stuff. I was like, man, I care about just all these people. I was like, I care about all of them. I pointed to all of them. I care about all of these guys. I care about all of y'all. And I was like, and I was like, I was like, man, I was like, man, you gotta be, cause I'm like, he kind of giving me a hard time and stuff. I'm like, and I was like, you gotta be real. I was like, Big Meech, I'm talking to Big Meech. I was like, man, you gotta be real. I was like not saying like telling him you gotta be real. I'm saying that he has to be real. I was like, not telling him he has to be real. I'm saying I'm saying that like you are real, like you're real, like, and you have to be real, like you have to be feeling me. You know what I'm saying? Like I care about you and all of these kids, all these folks that's here because of you. You leading them. I'm leading a flock of sheep, and you leading them. Basically, is what I'm telling them. So, and you're real. So you gotta be wanting to hear what I got to say. Is what I'm telling them. I'm real. You're real. You gotta be real because you got you. If you want to listen, you want to listen to what I'm saying. You real because I'm finna tell you about yourself and them and what to do to help them. So. He was like, and by that time we were standing at the door, and he walked out like he walked out the door, like how people, like, when they hearing the truth, but they want to still have a strong head, or whatever. So he walked out the door. I'm like, hey, can you, come back in here, man. I want to talk to you. I still want, like, so gentle, gentle, man. Everything gentle, of course. Who am I? Humble. Come back in, man. Let me talk to you, man. And when he got like close to the door, he was standing outside. It was like a porch. Matter of fact, it was like my old Trinidad apartments. You know what I'm saying? The hood apartments with the upstairs with the railing. And so I'm like talking to him while he in front of the door, and I'm saying, You have the power, man. I was like, man, you the man. You have the power to change things. You have the power to make some things happen. So I'm talking to you because you have the power. And so he was receptive and was listening. So we went back in the apartment, and we went back in the apartment, and then man, he became a whole different Meech. He became a whole different Big Meech. Uh, he became a whole different Big Meech. He was like, like cool. Like I'm talking about like homeboy like level with me. Became homeboy like level with me. And he was like, we was like chilling. We was in the apartment chilling or whatever, and like he was he was laughing, like at first he was super serious, and everything. And then he came in, he was laughing with me. He came down by me, how you cause I was sitting on the bed, and he had like said something. We had both, or I said something, and we was just joking. He like bust out laughing. He thought it was super funny, and he came and sat down by me. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you laugh at your own, but boy, you funny than a motherfucker, boy. Like that. Like he was being super cool, bro. Like, and then it was some kind of dog. I think it was some kind of dog that was in the bed or something, but it was his dog. But the dog was friendly. It was a white dog. I don't know what that was, but so he was just, like I said, he was just being super cool. You know what I'm saying? Like and then so obviously I had reached him, and was able to make him, allow him, love him, and allow him to let his guard down. Let Big Meech let his guard down, and know that I'm from God, like, what I'm saying? Because I was telling him, we here to, of course I'm telling them about the gospel. I'm telling them, I'm here to, oh, also, bro, so while we in there, Big Meech asking me stuff, like, he's like, man, where you from, man? He like, what set you, like, he was like, where you from, man? Who you banging with? Something kind of like that. I can't remember exactly how he said it, but my answer was that I was like, I never joined the set ever. I was like, I was from the hood, but I never ever joined the set ever, and I was from the South Side, and then somebody, I think it was Bud came by, and he was like, boy, in high school you used to tell me you did, boy. But he was like, I was like, man, I just was like, I'm from the area, you know what I'm saying? But I never joined. I was like, I never joined the gang, ever. I never got jumped in. None of that. I never got in the gang, in the set. So, so after that, regardless, whatever happened, we became cool. Me and Big Meech became real cool, where he felt like I was a homeboy type stuff, or maybe a brother, and I could feel the love, it wasn't no tension no more or any of that. And then I think he left. And somebody else that came in, and they were saying something. They was like, but they said something about Big Meech, and I was like, well, look at that example. You know what I'm saying? At first, I didn't know about what to think about Big Meech, but I like him now. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, from what I see, on his personal level, I was like, at first I didn't like. And now I want y'all to understand, I grew up around alcoholics, drug dealers, drug users, gang bangers, all my life. These are the people I grew up around. Like, unless you stay in the house 24/7 and don't go to school, you're gonna grow up with these people that grow up to be gang bangers, drug dealers. Some of them drug users, alcoholics, blah blah blah. So I'm used to these type of people. People that have went to prison. Like, I know people, like, that's common, man. That's the trap. That's the trap of the society and the system, and all that is for us young black males get caught up in selling drugs and all that stuff and get locked up and all that stuff. And they also don't make a way for us to do what we need to do, or have the financial support that we need from the government in order to, and the support from the government in order to be the citizens that we need to be. So it's a lot of people turn to selling drugs and things because there is no other way for them. And then if you ever get a criminal record, for the most part, unless a lot of the times you can't find jobs. Now what you gonna do? You can't eat. Now you gonna starve. You gonna go back to what the hell you know what to do. So like I said, I can't knock nobody. I can't judge nobody for what they do. All I can do is pray for all these people. So yeah, I was just like, yeah, man. I was like, man, I didn't know what to think about him at first. Think about Big Meech at first. I didn't know what to think about Big Meech at first, but I was like, now I like him. Because I don't know what somebody said, but to make me say that, somebody came in and said something. I was like, hey, I like him now. I like him. I don't know what to think at first, but I like him now. I think that was bad. I left out of there. I had a hotel. Like I said, I had a hotel room, so I had to go back to my hotel room. And I had to go back to my hotel room, and I was late getting back. So somebody was telling me that it was gonna be like charging me like $30 late fee or something. And I was like, man, damn, I only got 40. You know what I'm saying? What I was supposed to pay for the room. The room's supposed to be a nice little price, $40. And I'm gonna have to pay, 70 or something like that. And I was like, dang. So when I got up to the counter, I stood in line or whatever, and got to the counter. I think my cousin told me, Lamont told me it. So when I got to the counter, they were like, it's just gonna be 40. You know what I'm saying? They was like, it's just gonna be 40. They didn't charge me the late charges or nothing. So I gave them the money, and it's pretty much all the dream I think I remember that I can remember. So man, interesting.